Anthony, you packaging up some mail there?
For the purposes of this bit, yes, I am. Let's say that I'm packaging up some mail to send to our patrons at the secret mail level.
Wow, and in this magical fantasy world where you're actually doing that mail is super cool and awesome, right?
Yeah, and even in the real world where we actually do it once a month, if you become a patron at the secret mail level, we send you a package every month that is full of interesting things. Previously, we've sent zines, we've sent pins, we've sent art prints, and we have something really amazing coming up this next month. So join before the end of April if you want that sent to you. That's patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
No.
Too many bones.
It's too many bones.
It's too many bones. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Oh, speaking of bones.
Which I always am.
Oh, man. Guess what we made? Guess what we made, Anthony?
What did we... Us?
Guess what we made?
Together?
Yeah.
Nothing of any worth. Nothing of any worth in 3 years. Why do you ask?
Yeah, no, that's pretty clear. We as a society, as a culture, as a human race, we did it. We made a chicken embryo with a dinosaur face. So we're done. We're done with that. Moving on.
Okay.
Just if you were curious about
Here's a thing. Chickens is nightmares. Okay.
Well, chickens is dinosaurs, really. That's the
Sure.
closest we got.
Sure, and I get where they're going with this logic, but Jeff,
Yeah.
chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Forget where they come from.
We
Forget
call
where
them
they're going.
Mhm.
Forget all this other side shit. Chickens is nightmares.
Why?
They are dumb, ugly birds,
Mm-hmm.
and they are dirty,
But they're delicious.
and they're delicious. But that's in
Have
food.
you ever had them in
That's
nug
in
form?
food form.
Yeah.
Have you ever had them? Have you ever seen them in animal form?
I try not to.
Yeah, because these nightmares.
Yeah.
They are nightmares.
That's why they should stay primarily in nug.
Oh, dude, nug form is best kind of chicken.
Yeah.
If you could get some nugs,
Yeah.
20, 30 nugs.
You hear about that dude that's getting the lifetime of nugs because of the retweets?
Is he really getting it?
I think it's going to happen, man.
I love you, Carter. I'm glad you got your nugs. So here's my thing. Chickens is already a nightmare bird.
Right.
Hate chickens. I like some of those fancy chickens, but I don't want to get near them.
What's a fancy chicken?
Oh, you've never seen a fancy chicken?
Like a rooster?
I have a whole coffee table book I'll show you of
Fancy chickens?
fancy chicken photos.
Was like chickens that dress up?
No, it's like chickens that have like really crazy plumage and like insane feathers.
But they're
and,
still
like,
chickens?
But they're still chickens. Fancy chickens are the best.
Wait, are
chickens.
these like breeds of chicken or are they
So
just
like
an odd
they're
chicken
just-
that was
they're
born
just
that
sort
way?
of, they're breeds. They're different breeds.
Okay.
So like picture Labyrinth.
Got it.
And they're a
they're
goblin.
like the Bowie of chickens?
And there are goblins, right? There are the goblins in the Goblin City, right?
Okay.
You know, and those are
I was
normal.
hoping they were Bowie.
Those are normal chickens, right?
Right.
And then you have the dream sequence of the people who are wearing monstrous masks and they're very unsettling.
Yeah.
That's fancy chickens.
That's fancy chickens?
Fancy chickens is chickens at masquerade ball.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a fancy chicken.
Do they taste better?
I don't know. Probably not.
Can you
And I
get
still
fancy
won't
chicken nugs?
I still won't get near them.
Okay.
Sure, you can get fancy chicken nugs. They're back, and so is the McRib, only for like 2 months.
Uh-huh.
And they got that Szechuan sauce.
Thank God.
If chickens are already the most nightmarish of birds, why on earth would we give them a nightmare face, even more of a nightmare face?
Well, this is a story that was sent to us by Nick Blanchard. He sent it to
Thanks, Nick.
wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com. This is a group of scientists. We know that dinosaurs died out,
Mhm.
but what remained, most people think,
but do we know?
well, we think.
But do we
We
know?
suspect.
Why don't we ask a little lake called Loch Ness?
Oh, nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Dinosaur Nessie.
Huh?
Got some arguments to be made about dying out. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
I got some questions.
People assume, a
Watch
lizard.
this, guys.
A lizard looks like a dinosaur. It's probably the closest relative that we currently have. No.
No.
Birds. Birds are the closest relative to the dinosaurs. So some scientists were like, hey, you know what's weird about birds?
Everything.
But mostly their beaks. Because the most variation you get in birds across bird species is with the beak. The beak changes wildly from bird to bird.
I know I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Have you seen a toucan?
Yeah.
Have you seen a parakeet?
Yeah.
Their bodies are not that different.
I don't know about that.
Beaks, though.
I don't know. I don't trust bird science any more than I trust birds, but go on.
I mean, this could be just a long prank.
I think this is the birds playing a long prank on us.
Anyway, this is what these scientists were talking about. They're like, hey, it's weird how beaks work. Beaks have changed more than anything else. Why? We don't know why. So what they decided to do was try to mess with the beaks. So they took the proteins.
Why did you smile when you said that?
Mess with the beaks?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
That tickled you. What about that tickled you?
They mess with the beaks?
Yeah.
It was funny how I said it.
Yeah?
No?
You just I'm glad. No, I'm not saying it's not funny.
Mm-hmm.
This is a no judgment zone. You know that, Jeff. I would never judge.
Right. You've never ever told me what I said.
Never would I
not
judge
funny.
you or anyone or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just tickled you a lot. And I just wanted to know why.
I don't know.
Mess with the beaks.
Mess with the beaks.
Mess with the beaks.
It's funny.
As I'm saying it, it's more fun than it is hearing it.
It's fun to say.
Yeah, it's fun to say.
It's really what it is.
Mess with the beaks. Yeah, I'm smiling when I say it too.
There you go.
Okay, we can move on.
Okay, so what they did was they
Y'all better be saying it in your cars
mess
right
with
now.
the beaks. It's more. You know what's about this show is not that funny to listen to, but if you just say it back with us constantly, it's way more fun. It's more fun for us to do than it is for you to hear.
Yes,
that's really the
trick. So if you just say everything we say, get a friend, play rock scissors paper. Loser has to be me, and
then you just mess with the beaks.
and then you just say what we say.
Yeah,
that's how you do.
So they isolated the proteins that develop into beaks, and then they suppressed them.
Mm-hmm.
And how did they suppress them? Well, they used tiny beads coated with an inhibiting substance. I don't know how that answers the question, but that's what this article says. Tiny beads coated with an
How did we inhibit it? Oh, we used inhibitor.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
But we put them on tiny beads. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, and then
Thank God you didn't put them on large beads. I don't know. I feel like you're talking down to me, and I don't like it.
Really weird. So when inside the egg, as this embryo started to develop, they didn't develop a bird beak. They instead developed rounded bones that basically look like how a dinosaur's face looks.
So we stopped it from growing a beak, and it had a dinosaur face.
Yeah, turned into a dinosaur snout face.
How does that tell us about the variation between species and their beaks?
It says that for some reason, and the scientists don't know why, for some reason at a certain point, dinosaurs split off and these proteins started to develop into beaks, and that's how we got birds.
Sure, okay, but this started off with like a treatise on beak variation across species. This doesn't tell us anything about beak variation. No, this just tells us like dinosaurs plus beaks plus wings equals birds. Yeah. And we know that shit.
Well, but they proved it. And not only that, they got themselves a dinosaur-faced bird in an egg.
This thing is a fucking nightmare beast.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is the worst. I'm sure it's a lovable animal, and I'm sure it deserves to be loved, as we all do, as all beautiful living things do. But I will tell you this, I will never ever look directly at that bird.
Oh, you don't want to look at it?
I will never look at that
at least not in the eye.
God, no.
Or where the beak used to be.
This thing is fucking terrifying. And they only really show the face, which is super terrifying, but you know that thing has like the body of like a baby chick. Ugh. So it's like this ugly fucking dinosaur face on a baby chick. That is nightmares.
That's not right.
That's not okay, science.
Listen to this sentence. This scientist says he has no plans or ethical approval to hatch the snouted chicken, but he believes that they would be able to survive, quote, just fine.
What kind of ethical approval do you need to hatch this chicken? What kind of calls do we got to make to hatch this chicken?
Do you think we should hatch this chicken?
I'm just saying, if we're going to grow the chicken, we should at least give it...
You know what this is? This is Chekhov's chicken.
This chicken...
You got to hatch that chicken.
We know that this chicken is going to be born with nightmarish genetic deformities that are going to ruin its life.
Yeah.
But that chicken has a right to life.
We need to see it.
We can't stop. Once this chicken happens, from the moment of conception, we are honor bound to see this chicken through.
We should not look at it, but we need to see it.
We need to see it. It needs to live its horrible, horrible life.
Brief though it may be.
Brief and terrible and disgusting.
This guy says it'll be just fine. He's an expert. It's fine. It's just fine.
Follow-up question to that expert.
Mm-hmm.
Don't chicken need beak? Chicken need beak for something?
Yeah, what does this thing eat? Does it eat chicken stuff? Because beaks are what birds use to eat chicken stuff. Or does it eat dinosaur stuff? Is it like an herbivore bird? Are birds herbivores? I guess they are.
Just eats Wayne Knight.
It eats Wayne Knight.
That's what it eats.
Oh man, poor Wayne
He
Knight.
Wayne Knight walks up to him. He's like, "Oh, you're just a little guy, right? You're not as scary as your buddies."
Oh man.
Yeah.
You know the irony is
it just eats sitcom sidekicks.
the irony is Wayne Knight has eaten his fair share of nugs.
Wayne Knight has definitely eaten his fair share of nugs, and now the nugs eat us.
Yeah. It's
This is Black Mirror season 8.
yeah.
We've gone too far.
We've gone
too far. There are no
back
ideas
around.
left.
Yeah.
Sidebar. We do know that Black Mirror will get to the point of like the later seasons of the Twilight Zone, right? Where it's going to be like, oh, just make it stop.
Still good though.
It's still good now.
Yeah.
But
no,
we
it's
know
still good then. Still late season Twilight Zone.
Oh, dude.
Late season Twilight Zone still good.
Oh,
Still
sir.
good. Really?
Oh, no.
It still does stuff.
Also, I'm sorry I did that thing where you call somebody sir. Oh, I hate that. I'm so sorry. If you're ever in like a geeky argument, you call somebody sir, you're the worst. It's just the right mix of just like condescending and shitty.
Oh yeah, you have to do condescending in a different way.
But it's lazy and kind of, I don't know.
Okay, fair.
So that's a sidebar to the sidebar. And we're not going to go down that road.
Sidebarred so far.
Late season Twilight Zone, and you know that I think the Twilight Zone is the greatest television show of all time, if not the greatest sci-fi, fantasy, horror thing of all time.
Right.
Twilight Zone. Last 2 seasons of the Twilight Zone, especially like you can tell because they don't get syndicated very often. Like you have to buy the Twilight Zone collections to see them. But the ones where they're clearly shooting on video in a studio with like early TV cameras.
Yeah,
like
there's still some good stuff in those.
Oh, it's real bad. Oh, it's real bad. And the good ones I think are just rehashes of earlier ones.
Okay.
Anyway, chicken need beak.
Chicken need beak.
To live, I think.
Certainly seems that way, right?
But my larger question is, what sort of ethical approvals does this guy really need to like
hatch that thing?
Hatch this chicken.
I mean, who's gonna know? I mean, everyone, because it will destroy us all.
Look, dude, if you're human clone in your basement, like there should be probably a number that you probably have to call 311. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're like, it's the same thing as like if you're trying to get rid of like, I'm going to throw out an old TV. It's like, you can't just throw out an old TV.
No.
You have to call 311.
Right.
And you have to let them know, or like, oh, there's like a power line down, call 311. Oh, I think I'm like 90% of the way towards a hello, 311?
Yeah, well, what's your biomedical emergency?
Hi, so first things first, I have like a large, it's like a lawn chair that I need to throw out.
Yeah, you can put that in the bin.
Put that in and they'll be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then secondly, the traffic signal on the corner of Franklin and Hillhurst is like, it's been like blinking red.
No, I'll note that down.
Okay,
we'll get a serviceman out next week. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that.
In like 3 days, the clone of myself is going to arise from the bath of chemicals that has been giving it life. And I think it's a go this time.
Can I put you on hold for just a moment, sir?
Sure. Lovely the girl from Ipanema.
Sir, are you there?
Hi.
Sorry for the hold.
No worries.
My supervisor has some strong feelings about this one.
As do I.
We're gonna have a hazmat team out to the house.
Oh wait! Why? What did I do?
You wanted that disposed of. The clone. You wanted him disposed of.
No. I thought I just had to call you.
Oh, you wanted approval for a clone.
I'm just informing you that a clone's coming.
Okay, can I put you on a quick hold?
Yeah, sure.
Girl from Ipanema goes walking.
Sir, are you still there?
She passes each guy.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Sorry for the hold there.
Sure.
My supervisor says everything is A-okay, but please do not have sex with yourself.
Okay, but I'm gonna have sex with myself.
Can I put you on a quick hold?
Sure.
Sir, are you still there?
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for hold. My supervisor says sex is okay.
Okay.
But use protection and don't look yourself directly in the eye. That may cause problems.
I'm not going to use protection because like I've been tested and I feel my clone looks clean.
Mm.
Like my clone looks clean. You know what I mean? Like I know
they
it's
all
not.
do. They
It's
all
not like
do.
a party clone. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
it's you know what I mean? Like this is a good clone.
All right.
This is a good clone from a good family.
Hold?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I'm also gonna look it in the eye.
Okay.
Tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and as she passes each guy she passes.
So are you there?
goes, ah.
You know that part where it's like, as she passes
Uh-huh.
each guy she passes goes, ah.
I'm not familiar with what you're talking about because I only hear my side of the. I was talking to my supervisor and I didn't.
Right. Sorry.
So we're gonna have that hazmat team come out to the house. We're gonna dispose of that clone. I'm
What?
sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Sorry. sir.
This is ridiculous.
You should expect them in
I
the
pay
next.
homeowners fees. I
I
pay
understand.
city
Yeah, I
taxes.
understand, sir.
I want to fuck myself. I don't want to look myself in the eye when I'm doing it. I'm a taxpayer. You're going to hear about this in the next town hall from two of me
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry. There's firm policy.
that are in a loving relationship.
I understand, sir, but there's rules and there are rules. I'm sorry, but thanks for calling. We appreciate the.
Okay, you are coming for the deck chair, though, right?
The deck chair and the street light will be taken care of, and the hazmat team will dispose of your you.
Man, fuck you. All right.
I agree. I think there should be some sort of oversight
Not
of
for
stuff
this.
like this, but this guy can hatch this thing.
Not for this.
Right? He can just hatch this thing.
I think for a chicken, well, I mean, and obviously, like, look, and I'm coming from a place of I'm a vegetarian, I'm an animal rights guy,
Mhm.
but here's my thing. If you're already allowed to make the thing,
yeah.
that should be an all-encompassing permission.
Too
It's
little,
like,
too late,
hey,
man.
guess what? You're super allowed to fuck with this embryo and turn it into a dinosaur.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to hatch the dinosaur? Fuck you!
yeah. Yeah.
We don't go halvesies on this.
That's true.
If you're gonna make a dino bird,
It's already
you're gonna
happened.
make a dino bird.
You gotta hatch this thing, and it's gonna survive just fine.
It's gonna be fine according to this dude.
yeah.
According to this dude who can only describe what he did by saying he inhibited growth by putting an inhibitor on it.
This guy also says that these weren't drastic modifications. He says it's far less weird than many breeds of chicken developed by chicken hobbyists and breeders, which are your fancy
Which
chickens.
are my fancy fucking chickens.
I had no idea that this world existed of chicken hobbyists and breeders.
Bro, I'm gonna show you fancy chickens and it's gonna change your world.
What if this is just a fancier chicken?
This might be the fanciest of all the chickens.
This is so fancy.
I don't know though. It depends on how the plumage looks. Now, here's my thing.
Uh-huh.
You don't know what a fancy chicken looks like, so you don't have this mental picture in your head.
Sure.
But like kind of imagine like almost like a sassy cartoon ostrich / flamingo from a
Wow.
cartoon. You know,
That
got
is
It's got
fancy.
that kind of walking gait, and it's got like tufts of fur and like plumage like popping
Wow.
out of the neck, and like that's kind of a fan, but like with a chicken's face. It's like a chicken,
Right.
and sort of more chicken proportions. Imagine that shit with a fucking dinosaur face, bro.
Wow.
Fancy dinosaurs.
Fancy dino chicken.
Fancy dino chickens. Now,
This guy is sitting on a gold mine.
this
what
is
he's
a
sitting on.
gold mine.
Yeah. I mean, they're chicken
If you
hobbyists
can
and
love,
breeders.
if you can love a poodle, which like
Yeah, who can?
who can, but some people do. If you can love a poodle, you can love a fancy dino chicken.
I think the kids who love the Pokemons, I
Oh.
bet they'd be all over this.
This thing is such a legendary bird.
It is a legendary bird.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the final evolution of the Squirtle, I believe, or some shit. I
And a
don't know.
squirtle is a fucking water type. It's not a bird,
I
dude.
don't know.
You
I don't
know
know
for
things.
a fact motherfucker,
The
you worked in video games for years. You know a squirtle is a turtle, but it begins with squirt.
That's true.
You know that.
I did
you
know
you
that.
knew that when you said
And
it.
yet I didn't have any other Pokemon name in my head. So that's what I went with, Anthony. What I went with.
That's fine.
Can we just make the dino bird?
Can we just make it? Look at this. We're arguing
it.
amongst ourselves when really we should be hatching all of the abominations we're growing in
That's
labs.
true. Turn all of this anger that you've turned on me on this guy for not hatching it.
New rule. If you're going to grow an abomination in the lab, you got to see it through.
Yeah. Full abomination.
Full
or
abomination
no
or
abomination.
no abomination.
That's right.
Full abomination or no abomination. Full abomination or no abomination. Full abomination or no abomination.
I'm glad we can finally take a stand on something.
Yeah, this feels good.
This
in
does.
this political climate where there's literally nothing to protest, and
Yeah.
I'm twiddling my thumbs and just
Mhm.
wondering, what can I do
What can
to
I
help a
believe in?
society when
Yeah.
it's so perfect already?
Finally, we have something.
Finally, we have a cause to
Yeah.
rally around. Guys, you like a fancy chicken?
I I'm gonna go in and look at that book. I'll tell you right now.
You gotta check this
I'm gonna
thing
get
out.
into chicken hobbyists.
You gotta get
I'm
into
gonna be,
Chicken Fancier magazine. Fancy Chicken Fancier.
Fancy chicken fancier. People who fancy chickens. Yeah.
Do you think this guy should be allowed to hatch this dinosaur? It's not a dinosaur. It's a chicken. It just has a dinosaur nose.
Should he be compelled to hatch this dinosaur chicken?
Yeah.
Not just allowed.
Should we all pick a time and direct our psychic energy towards him and force him
just everybody
to hatch
everybody
this chicken
send
dinosaur?
this dude an incubator.
And also let us know if you think he should hatch the chicken. You can tweet at us. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
You can also discuss this in our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/wehaveconcerns. Facebook isn't cool, but the group is.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Yeah,
if
we're
you gotta be there,
single-handedly making Facebook cool.
if you've got to be there to get all of the updates from your worst relatives, there might as well be something good there as well. Facebook.com/groups/wehaveconcerns.